Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rock Studios. I'm Stan Miller. I'm the PR and Analyst Relations Manager for Rockwell Automation in the EMEA region, and I'm joined by Piet de Vriendt. He is the Senior Business Development Manager at Kezzler. Piet, welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much for having me.
So we're here to talk about supply chain visibility and the value of end-to-end traceability. I can't wait to get into this topic, so let's just get right to it.
Sure.
Why has supply chain visibility become such a notable topic recently, and what role does serialization play in improving visibility across a product's life cycle?
Well, we know that since the pandemic, but maybe also a little bit before that, supply chain issues has come and exist and are pretty much everywhere, but the pandemic sort of amplified that. So all of a sudden there are shortages everywhere, or too much of one thing somewhere else. And addressing an issue like that requires data, requires insight. Now, how do you collect that? Is by having more transparency in your supply chain. And serialization is essentially applying unique identifiers to individual products. And then if you aggregate those individual products into a container, a pallet or something, then you can go and trace those individual products through your supply chain by integrating with your warehouse management system, with your distribution management systems, your ERP systems, etc. So that then gives you more granular insight into what is going on with your products when they leave the factory on their way to the next manufacturer who uses some of your products as a raw material or as a component, or the consumer or the retail or whatever. So it's a method of just visualizing the supply chain better, getting more granular data during the supply chain, and that gives you insight.
Okay. So what opportunities does implementing an end-to-end traceability, what does that offer to both companies and consumers, and how does the approach help to improve the integrity and safety of products?
Well, once you have applied a unique identifier to the product, it's basically like you have an ID card. The product now also has an ID number. And that can, for example, you can use that to tell the consumer, well, this is a real product, this is genuine, right? This we know this code, we recognize this code, this is one of our products, it's safe to consume. Another way you can do it is, because it's a unique identifier, you will keep track of how often it has been scanned, right? So if you scan it once to verify the product, fine. Good. Second time, well, this code has already been verified. If you are not the one who did this earlier, you should go back and replace it, because we suspect counterfeit. Who knows? Another thing is consumer loyalty, right? You can scan the product once, you can claim reward points once. After that, no more possible. So then you, that's it. Then you cannot go and cause like irregularities or mixed up data. It's very nice, neatly organized. So that's some use cases. Other things are product diversion. A little bit back to the earlier question. You now know where your products are going. If a consumer buys a product, scans it, and then all of a sudden it pings up in an area where this product is not supposed to be. If that happens once, that's fine. But if it's a lot of the same products from the same production batch, something is going on. That helps you visualize it. It helps you detect those type of things.
Those are really compelling examples. Mm-hmm. Is it possible for manufacturing decision makers to calculate the ROI of improving their traceability?
Well, it's a very individual thing. It's a case by case. You will really have to sit down with the manufacturer, with the brand, to see, okay, what sort of situation are you in at the moment, and how would this help you with your, how much could you gain by this? But overall, we have some examples. For example, with one customer we have in Asia, they implemented a very simple anti-counterfeit mechanism with some labels and verification code, and they reduced counterfeit by 40% in 12 months. Well, that's your business case. It's right there, right? I mean, it's simple as that. In other cases, a common customer we have together, Royal Friesland Campina, they implemented a fantastic end-to-end traceability solution for infant formula. And the value there is simply having that level of transparency gives them a market share, and also allows them to really position themselves as the premium brand in the market. So that's, for them, that's the ROI, is in just maintaining the market share and being the preferred brand, just being one of the top players. And that's an example of infant formula, but now we also see that consumers start demanding that level of transparency more often for other types of products as well. So the ROI is in the opportunity to be a more front-running brand, be a bit more innovative, be more engaging with your consumer, being more transparent as a company overall. And that sort of then also fits into the picture of ESG goals. That was, that's very common, top of mind with executives. Like, how do we report this? How do we communicate around this? What sort of sustainability efforts are we doing? Linking some of that to a code that allows you to interact with the consumers is a very good way to help those goals along.
Piet, thank you so much for explaining some of these concepts and helping us understand the value. I know there's so much information out on this topic, and for you to be able to kind of break it down the way you have, it's been great having you in the studio. So thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And thank you for watching. If you're interested in learning more, visit rockwellautomation.com, where we have a lot of information on this topic.